Hi everyone, and welcome back to our series of teaching and learning films. Last time we looked at the concept of retrieval, and this time we're going to be looking at the really important concept of questioning and how it can be used effectively at home and in lessons. Please use Facebook if you'd like to refer back to any of our videos, or the school website also has a section.
Questioning is a really important concept for 3 reasons. Number 1, it allows you to have no passengers in lesson, and that means it allows no passive learning to take place in a lesson if you can question pupils throughout your lesson. Number 2, it allows pupils to improve their oracy. Studies show that the Russell Group universities are looking for pupils who are able to articulate themselves in a respectful and thoughtful manner. Questioning will help you with this. And finally, it allows you to check the understanding of pupils in your lesson. The first thing we're going to look at is no opt-out. This is a technique to try and improve pupils' oracy and to try and stop them from saying the famous phrase we all dread, "I don't know." For no opt-out, what we're looking for pupils to do is to expand their answers. So when a pupil says to you, "I don't know," you could try one of the following techniques. You could try rephrasing the question. You could try giving the pupil some thinking time. And the final technique to use is to refer to another pupil in the lesson. Ask that same question to a different pupil, wait for them to give you the answer, and then go back to your original pupil. Ask them to repeat what the other person has said, and this encourages pupils to understand that they cannot and will not be allowed to not answer questions in your lesson.
Another technique that teachers use in classrooms is both closed and open-ended questions. Closed questions are things that basically just require a 1 or 2 word answer. So for example, yes and no, or true and false questions. These are really good and really useful for recalling information and getting pupils to remember key information to do with that topic. Open-ended questions are slightly different. Open-ended questions will require people to elaborate on their answer, and as previously mentioned, you can also get the whole class involved in that open-ended question if needs be, especially if you are doing important discussion work.
And the final technique that we're going to look at is pause, pounce, bounce. Pause, pounce, bounce is really useful when you know your class and you know who are your stronger pupils and who are your weaker pupils. When you ask a question, it's really important to pause before you pick a pupil to answer. This pause will allow pupils to think clearly and reflect on the answer that they would give before you then ask a pupil a question. You then deliberately pounce on a pupil who you think will be able to answer it, and then you bounce to another pupil, traditionally a higher ability pupil, to get them to expand on the original person's answers.
Miss Sweeney is now going to speak a little bit about strategies that you can use to help your child at home with regards to questioning. And this half term, our spotlight is on English.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Sweeney, lead teacher in English here at St John Fisher, and I'm here today to talk to you about questioning and about how we use that in English and how you can help your child at home with their revision. English is an incredibly subjective subject, meaning that it is entirely open to interpretation. Therefore, questioning is super important to make sure that we are able to check understanding and understand the gaps in knowledge. So you might be wondering how to use questioning to help your child with their revision at home. Well, there are plenty of little tips that we can give you. Let's start with quick quizzes. So you could get your child to create a 10-question quick quiz for each topic, and then you, of course, can be the quiz master. Ask them the questions and hopefully they'll give you the correct answers. Another way to use questioning is to ask your child a question about a subject or a topic and get them to talk about that for a full minute, so you need to have your timers to hand. Finally, it's useful to access the past papers via the exam board's website. So for English, here at St John Fisher, we use the exam board AQA. Your child will also be given past papers by their class teacher, so there's no need to worry if you can't find them on the AQA website. There are mark schemes available for those past papers if you want to help them. So, my top tip for using questioning to revise English is Educake. Educake is an online platform that we have access to here at St John Fisher, and it is chock full of questions about English language and English literature. The quizzes are formulated so that the questions get harder as they go on. Your child should have access to this and should know their username and their password. If they don't, please get them to ask their English teacher for this as soon as possible.